Once upon a time, there was a young boy who lived in a village. He was skilled at riding horses and had a great passion for hunting. Day and night, he dreamed of the opportunity to ride a horse and go hunting. He had a hunting dog known for its speed and agility. Whenever the boy sent the dog to hunt, it would relentlessly chase its target until it caught it. The young hunter always came back successful from his hunts and was very satisfied with his dog. Everything was going as usual until one day when they went hunting. The young hunter aimed his bow and arrow at a deer and sent his dog after it. The deer ran away, followed by the dog and the boy on horseback. They ran through the forest, up and down, until they grew tired. In the end, the deer managed to escape, and they didn't catch any other game that day. Exhausted and hungry, they returned home. The young hunter also had a large and beautiful cat at home. He had seen the cat catch mice and admired its cleverness. The cat was a skilled hunter, catching mice and birds with ease. It would often surprise the mouse while it was asleep, pouncing on it swiftly and catching it in its claws. Even when the mouse tried to escape, the cat would quickly find it and catch it again. On that particular day, the young hunter returned home empty-handed and tired. He was sitting in his room when a sparrow flew in through the window. The bird hit the wall and tried to find its way out. The cat noticed the sparrow and prepared to attack. Just as the sparrow was about to fly out the window, the cat leaped and caught it in midair. It brought the sparrow to its owner and began playing with it, eventually releasing it on the ground. However, the injured sparrow couldn't fly away. The cat, thinking of the sparrow as prey like a mouse, continued playing with it. The young hunter, seeing the cat's success, believed that it had caught the sparrow as a gift for him. He was delighted and praised the cat for its hunting skills. The cat ate its prey and sat contentedly nearby. Impressed by the cat's cleverness, the young hunter thought to himself,
"This cat hunts better than any hunting dog. No dog could catch a sparrow in midair like this. I should take better care of my cat. Instead of the dog, I'll take the cat hunting."
He decided that the next day, he would take the cat to the forest and test its hunting abilities. The following day, as the young hunter prepared to go to the forest, he carried the cat in his arms and mounted his horse. When the dog saw the cat in its owner's lap, it asked,
"Where are you taking the cat?"
The hunter replied,
"This cat is very clever. I want to train it to hunt in the forest."
The dog laughed and said,
"I've never heard of a cat being used for hunting instead of a dog. Each animal has its own purpose. Cats catch mice in the house, and dogs hunt in the forest and desert. The cat is not useful for hunting."
You don't understand. Yesterday, I witnessed this cat's extraordinary hunting method. It caught a sparrow in midair, a feat that no skilled hunter could accomplish. I believe this cat is unmatched by any dog. Today, you'll see its hunting prowess in the forest."
The dog replied,
"Fine, I have nothing more to say. But not everything is suitable for everyone. Catching a sparrow doesn't mean a cat can hunt like a dog. Hunting in the desert and forest is a job for dogs."
The hunter retorted,
"Well, let's see how you failed to catch the deer yesterday. This cat caught a flying sparrow on the air, while you couldn't catch a deer on the ground."
Upon hearing this, the dog thought to itself,
"I missed the hunt yesterday. This cat performed a stunt and caught prey at home. Now my advice is useless. Even if the whole world gathered, they couldn't convince this young man that the cat isn't a suitable hunter for him."
From then on, the dog remained silent and let the results speak for themselves through actions and work. The young hunter carried the cat in his arms, while the dog accompanied them as they made their way to the forest. They arrived at a spot where some birds were feeding on seeds. As the young hunter approached, the birds scattered and took cover, with the most vulnerable one hiding under a plant. the dog walked alongside the horse. The hunter saw this as the perfect opportunity to showcase the cat's hunting skill. He placed the cat on the ground near the plant where the bird had taken cover and released it to catch the bird. However, as soon as the cat touched the ground and saw the dog, the forest, and the unfamiliar environment, it became frightened. It crouched low, its ears flattened against its head, and its tail puffed up. The cat didn't move an inch and seemed paralyzed by fear. The young hunter was disappointed. He couldn't understand why the cat, who had been so skilled at catching prey at home, was now afraid and unable to hunt in the wild. He tried coaxing the cat, but it refused to move. The dog, observing the situation, approached the cat and said,
"You see? Cats are not meant to hunt in the forest. They are creatures of habit and prefer familiar surroundings. They excel at catching small prey indoors, but the wild is a different environment altogether."
The cat tried to jump back into its owner's arms. However, it accidentally scratched the horse's head and face with its claws. The horse, annoyed by the scratches, reared up on its hind legs and made a loud noise. As a result, the young boy fell off the horse and broke his arm and leg. The frightened cat ran away and climbed a distant tree, sitting at the top. When the dog saw the accident, it chased after a bird, caught it, and brought it to the boy, saying,
"We've had enough hunting for today. Let's go back."
The young hunter asked the dog,
Where did my beloved cat go? It might be lost in this forest and unable to find its way home.
"Don't worry.
replied the dog.
Cats may not be natural hunters, but they have a strong sense of direction. The cat will return home when it feels better and wants to eat and sleep."
The young hunter finally realized his mistake. He understood that each animal has its own unique abilities and strengths. Feeling foolish, the young hunter picked up the cat and returned home with the dog. He apologized to the dog for not valuing its skills and understanding its purpose. From that day forward, he continued to rely on the dog for hunting in the forest, while the cat resumed its role as a skilled mouser at home. The young hunter learned an important lesson about appreciating the inherent qualities and abilities of different animals. He realized that it was unfair and unwise to expect the cat to excel in an environment that wasn't suited to its natural instincts. And so, the young hunter and his animal companions lived harmoniously, respecting each other's unique skills and embracing the diversity of nature's creations. In this vast tapestry of existence, every individual is intricately woven, designed for a specific purpose. Like the diverse threads that form a fabric, each person possesses innate qualities and talents, making them indispensable in their own way. Society thrives on this diversity, as we rely on the expertise and contributions of individuals from various backgrounds and experiences. From the visionary innovators to the compassionate caregivers, from the meticulous organizers to the inspiring leaders, everyone has a role to play. Embracing this truth, we unlock the potential of collective success, recognizing that they have made everyone for a purpose.